Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Bigpatssportstalk. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And today we're going to be doing another episode of What to Watch For. And we're going to be talking about the New York Giants at the trade deadline. So let's head over to the What to Watch For studios and we're going to talk about it. Welcome to the second installment of What to Watch, New York Giants What to Watch For. And what to watch for with the New York Giants coming up during the trade deadline. Let's say coming up during the trade deadline, we win, let's say, at least 2 or 3 of the next 4 games, and we wind up being 7-2 or 7-3 or 8-2 around the bye week, and it still comes to roost that we are not as good at receiver as we want to be. Even though I believe Marcus Johnson, Slayton, Robinson, Richie James, Tony, and Seals could be enough for this team moving forward, because the way we play the game, we'll run first team. But let's say Dabo and Shane, they want to get this team a little bit more explosive. There's some names out there on the trade market that the Giants could be interested in. I have 3 guys right here on the What to Watch For studio. Jerry Jeudy from Denver Broncos. You know, he may be disgruntled over there with Russell Wilson. His career hasn't really turned out as great as he would want it to be coming out from Alabama. He's still a great route runner. He's still a receiver that can definitely be used in a wide open offense such as ours. But the question is he a number 1? I don't believe so. And what compensation do you get the Broncos for Jerry Jeudy? Do you give up a 3rd? Do you give up a 4th? Do you give up a 5th? Because hell, Amari Cooper, who's a legit number 1 receiver, went for a 6th round pick. Now maybe that's because Dallas had no choice to do it because they needed to dump his salary. But what do you believe the Broncos can get for Jerry Jeudy? I'm saying a 4th or a 5th at the best. Are the Giants willing to give up a 4th or a 5th for Jerry Jeudy? We will see. As you can see, Chase Claypool with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now I'm not saying that he's fell out of favor, but you know, they just signed Deontay Johnson. George Pickens is over there. You know, Pittsburgh is receiver heaven in the NFL. And they have a bunch of receivers that they invested in already that are making plays. And he's slowly not making the plays that he was making after his rookie year, even though he's coming off a touchdown performance against the Buccaneers. But what if Chase Claypool is on the block? That has been reported that he has been on the trade block. He's a little disgruntled with his role in the offense this year. It has been cut back tremendously. And what would you give up for Chase Claypool if you're the Giants? A 3rd round pick? A former, I believe, 2nd round pick or a former 1st round pick? I'm not quite sure which one it was. I want to say 2nd round pick, because I wanted to get him in that draft as a Giant, but we might have a chance to make him a Giant anyway. What do you give up for Chase Claypool? 3rd round pick, 4th round pick based off his rookie season that he had, which was amazing, almost 1,000 yards, a lot of touchdowns that year. What do you give up for him? Me personally, if I'm Joe Shane, not a GM, I don't give up no more than a 4th. Because I'm not saying that this team is in a rebuild, but we are rebuilding, and draft assets are just very important to me as a general manager if I was, and it's very important to Joe Shane because they love to build through the draft. So I'm not seeing us giving up no higher than a third to get any receiver in here. But with Chase Claypool, I can't give no higher than a third. Really can't give no higher than a fourth, in my opinion. So I give a 4th round pick. Just it would be nice to kick the tires on Chase Claypool, though. I think Chase Claypool brings that speed and that big element at the receiver position that we need, and he's a pretty good route runner as well. So we'll see about that. Now, DJ Moore, he's one guy that a lot of Giants fans and a lot of media are tying to the New York Giants because they feel that he can come here and be that number 1 receiver. And yeah, I think he can be a number 1 receiver in this league. But I'm not willing to pay the price that they're asking for. Now, this is just me pretending to be GM. I don't know what Joe Shane is thinking. Joe Shane might believe that a 2nd round pick, that's nothing for a caliber receiver of DJ Moore. But is DJ Moore really that number 1 guy, like a Devontae Adams, like a Hopkins, like someone like that? That's a true number 1 receiver. Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill. That true number 1 guy that you know that's going to get it done no matter what. They have to double cover every single time. Is he that type guy? I don't know. I believe he can develop in that type guy, given a chance. But would the New York Giants be the right team to give him that chance? I don't know. But I'm definitely not giving the Panthers what they're asking for. They're asking for a 2nd round pick at least. And me personally, as a GM, I'm not giving anything up to the 3rd or 4th for a receiver going on into this year, when I know that we have a lot of holes to fill on this team after this season. Even though we're having a great season, we're 5-1. I think we're going to be in the playoffs 11-6. Shout out to Big Blue Lou. But these are just some of the receivers that have been in mentions with the New York Giants. Also, Calvin Ridley's been mentioned. Denzel Mims has been mentioned. Robbie Anderson, he just went to the Cardinals. He was mentioned. There's been a lot of receivers around the league that have been mentioned to the New York Giants at the trade deadline. So on this episode of What to Watch For, basically just saying watch for the New York Giants around the trade deadline. Do they find themselves a number 1 receiver at the trade deadline? It's going to be interesting to see going forward. If we're around 8-2, 7-3 around the Thanksgiving game, against the Cowboys after the bye. Yeah. After the bye, I believe the bye week is when the trade deadline happens. So let's say we're 7-1 or 6-2. 7-1 or 6-2. Do we trade for someone like a Claypool or Jerry Jeudy or DJ Moore or Denzel Mims or Calvin Ridley? Get him after this year, or OBJ. We've been connected to a lot of receivers so far this year, so we will definitely see exactly what the New York Giants will do at the trade deadline. Will we be buyers? Will we be sellers? Will we stand pat? It's going to be exciting to see. But I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to New York Giants What You Watch For, right here on New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button if you want to join the Big Blue crew and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. And go visit the Big Pat Sports Shop and get you some Big Pat Sports Talk merch. The link is right in the description. Hey, you click on the hoodie right there and get your hoodie, get your shirt, get your mug, whatever you want to get. Thank you for your support. And until the next episode of New York Giants Full Access, peace. This is a Big Blue Crew production.